Hello, hello, Websy Wongi here. I'm going to talk about something I've been meaning to talk about for a long time concerning um, the whole job system and how it's set up and what I think needs to change. Um, we live in a society where, it's all I hear every time. It makes me cringe sometimes. I hear it every time someone runs for president. We need to make jobs. We need to make more jobs for people. But my take on that is, how are you going to make more jobs and help people get jobs if let me scratch my head for a moment. That person doesn't have a vehicle to even go to an interview, or that person doesn't even have money for a bus ticket. I'm not trying to sound stupid here when I'm saying this, but the way our job system and people's view on it is, in my opinion, I wish, and I'm just going to give my opinion, what I wish the community and the world was like on the job issue. Um, I've thought for a long time, if we had somehow a place in every city where you can literally go, and any place around your city or town that needs people and needs to hire them, you have to go to this place, and they'll set you up with a job. And if you don't have much experience, and this is stupid, that you have to have experience for a job. It's so stupid. I mean, I get that doctors need to be educated and they need such amount of degree and time and involvement in learning the trade and the career of being a doctor and stuff. But what about people who don't have experience? And this is what I'm talking about. Because right now I'm in a situation where, hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm not lazy. Isn't that a miracle, people? I'm not lazy. We all get lazy. Anyways, but something to think about that I think needs to change is the fact that it's stupid when politics or politicians say, we need to create more jobs. We need to help people get more jobs. But what about the homeless man? He doesn't have an address. It's silly. Or, like, for me, I don't have means of transportation. I mean, my boyfriend's mom has a vehicle, but sometimes it doesn't work the greatest. It has issues sometimes. And, but yeah, what about people like us who don't have a vehicle? I have a license, which is a miracle, but this year on my birthday it goes expired. But like, if we had a system, this is what I thought. If we had a system where in each town you go to this community center, but I've never heard of it. You go to this community center, and if you need food, if you're in diver's need, you go to this community center and they provide food. I mean, that's what food banks are for, but I think it would be a cool idea. But how the hell can you create more jobs when people don't have the way to get to point A to point B to point six to da 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 da? I mean, that part makes no sense to me, because right now it's gotten me really stressed out and depressed, and at times I feel like, what's the point of looking for a job when I don't have a vehicle? And I'm not trying to go on a rampage and da 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 da, but in the whole system, how the world is on the job front is, they can do so much better. It's just really annoying, because it's like, yeah, most people want people with experience, but how do you get that experience if college didn't work? I went to two colleges and they were so difficult to even get through, and I didn't even finish it. Not because I'm lazy, but because it is sincerely difficult I barely graduated high school, and I just honestly think it needs to change. Oh, we need to create more jobs, but how do people get to an interview when they don't have transportation? That's the thing. And it just really bombards my mind that there's no way that, and that's what's annoying. When I'm trying to apply for these jobs, and there's a few jobs, they always require something. I get that jobs require everything, but it's retarded that you need a degree just to get this job. Oh, you need 5 years of experience. Why don't they just teach you? Like, my thing is, if you have no experience, you should go in the job and say, we're going to teach you how to do it. In 2 or 3 weeks, if you're not really getting what we're talking about and you're not going at the right speed, you can't work here. They need to give a trial and error type of job system where we'll give you probation of working this job. If you can't succeed, go on to the next job. But I also think people who are struggling, they need to have a government system, and not so much the government control and all that crap. But I mean, I wish we lived in a world where instead of paying for food or paying for everything, we do it back in the olden days where trade. I give you this if I can get this. Like a trade for like a chicken or eggs. Like my sister, she has tons of eggs, but yet we have to pay money to buy toilet paper and the necessities of life. But anyways, it's just so messed up how the government is and the control they have, and nowadays literally, if you're going to be on food stamps, you have to work. I understand everything's a working process, but you need to help people get to that job. But there's the issue with, oh, you have to pay the bus. Oh, you have to get to the bus station. Oh, you have to pay for your uniform, which is stupid. When I worked at a job, McDonald's and Little Caesars, they usually gave you the uniform to work there. And I know McDonald's, you have to have a food safe handler card and go through this education stuff like for orientation. But most jobs, the job itself should provide the stuff you need to do. But this whole thing of getting to the job or getting to the interview is just, it's really stressing me out. If anybody has any advice on what I can do about it, and I'm trying the best I can to sell some of my stuff, and I'm trying the best to at least reach out to some of the groups I'm on to see if anybody can at least get to an interview. Like a few days ago or yesterday or today, I had an email from this restaurant or whatever to be a cook for an interview. Come in from 7 to 2, but they don't say when, which is weird. But yeah, it's like, how are you supposed to help people get a job? Oh, let's make jobs great again in 2018. But there's no way for that possibly person to get there. I mean, some people just don't have means of transportation. Some people shouldn't waste their time and their money every day just to go on a bus, or every day. I mean, there should be a community bus. If you need help going to a job, you shouldn't have to pay for it. It's just, anyways, I don't want to go too much crazy on this video, but what's your take on the job system, and like what community do you wish do you wish the world had, where you didn't have to pay for food, you trade? My take. Have a good day. Bye.